Anna Shcherbakova showed a restored triple Lutz, triple toe loop cascade. This season Shcherbakova has not participated in competitions, but she is actively involved in ice shows and successfully performs as a TV presenter. After the successful premiere of the renewed show Ice Age Together Again in Chernihiv, skaters from Ilya Averbuk's team came to Yaroslavl. The capital of the Golden Ring of Russia is famous for its professional hockey team, so the ice palace here is much bigger than in the Vologda region. Arena 2000, home to Lokomotiv, holds about 9,000 spectators. 10 minutes before the start of the gala concert, decent lines crowded in front of the only entrance. It seemed that the beginning would have to be very delayed. It is impossible to leave a crowd of people without an opportunity to see the first numbers. However, the organizers were able to cope with the flow, and the show started almost on time. There were no free tickets on sale even a couple of days before the gala concert. It is unlikely that the citizens of Yaroslavl like figure skating so much. In recent years the region has not raised a single star in this sport. The story of filling the hall turned out quite by accident. The thing is that some tour operators were offering residents of Kostroma, Ivanova and Shuya the so-called weekend tours to Yaroslavl, including a visit to the show. The idea is awesome, long-distance shuttle back and forth and entrance ticket. In some cases even a cultural day program was offered to see the sights of Yaroslavl. Perhaps similar trips were available in other nearby cities. Anyway, Arena 2000 was filled to 100%. In Yaroslavl, Olympic champion Anna Shcherbakova supplemented the list of participants. In the first part, the athlete performed the Ave Maria in a dress with flashing lanterns, which the audience loved. One could see that Anya continues to gain form after her summer surgery. In this number, she showed 2 clean triple flips, confident skating, and great spins, including a Billman. Interestingly, Averbuk introduced Shcherbakova as a European, World and Olympic champion. At the moment, the skater has only 2 silvers in the pocket of the Continental Championships, and she will get the gold medal only if the results of Kamila Valieva were cancelled due to a doping case. Probably, Ilya was mistaken. Or he does not believe in the positive decision of the CAS in Valieva, which is unlikely. And in the second skating a mishap happened, and it was not Shcherbakova's fault. The sound engineer did not stop in time the track Comet, to which Anna skated. According to the director's idea, the program was obviously over. After the final pose the skater thanked the audience twice in Bode, but the music continued to play. Shcherbakova passed the sound man and said the number was over, but it didn't help. The champion was not confused. Anya turned on the improvisation and continued her performance. Although for such a big show the situation is really strange, it was obvious that the audience missed the ice shows. Absolutely all the skaters were greeted with loud applause and warm support. Fans traditionally gave the most famous skaters flowers and threw small gifts on the ice. And at the end of the show the audience lit a lot of lanterns, so they created a magical atmosphere for Victoria Sinitsina, Nikita Kotsalapov's number Cranes and Evgenia Tarasova, Vladimir Morozov Sansara. In the first section, Averbuk personally introduced each contestant. After the skaters performed their favorite element for an encore, and Ilya handed them the microphone for a short speech. Usually, the participants thanked the audience for their support, but TV host Alla Mikiva, who performed in pairs with Ivan Bukin, used the moment too seriously. Alla began to joke a lot and even drove up to the audience to find out if they were having a hen night and how their husbands had let them go to the show. Averbuk tried several times to take the microphone away from Mikiva to continue the show. When he succeeded, he also joked, what she didn't get, she made up for. Most likely, Ilya noted Alla's weak slip. Almost the entire number Ivan helped her to roll out and gain speed. The second part of the show was without separate performances. All the numbers corresponded to a single theme, Letters of Love. One of the most touching performances showed world champions Maria Petrova and Alexei Tikhonov. First their daughter Polina skated solo, and then took part in the performance with her parents. Tikhonov, An experienced parlor boy, easily coped with both partners. The main trick was the joint support performed by the whole family. The next Ice Age Gala concert will be held March 8 in St. Petersburg at the Yubileyny Sports Palace. The titled skaters of the northern capital, Elizaveta Tuktamasheva and Anastasia Messina Alexander Galyamov, will be added to the cast. And also Alexei Yagudin, who was absent in Cheryapovets and Yaroslavl, will return to the show. Coach Nina Moser spoke out about the conflict between Yevgeny Plushenko and Sofia Fedchenko. Now in the media, too much resonance was caused by the story between Yevgeny Plushenko and the young coach Sofia Fedchenko. If you were on the ethics committee and dealt with this topic, how would you get out of it? I'm not in the loop, I'm sorry, I don't read or watch all the journalists. This has been going on for a long time, right from Pyeongchang, when Misha Kolyada, who was performing in the team, how he was lynched after the short program, and I was ashamed of you, journalists. And I said then, aren't you ashamed? He still has to skate in the free skating, it's a team. What are you doing? Unfortunately, very often scandalous stories are created out of nothing. Everyone chases a scandalous story because they read it. But please think about the children, the athletes, the people behind this story. Each and every one of you would be hurt if you were lynched the way you are being lynched now. Of course, Gene is hurt by a lot of coaches, too. Someone does it publicly, and Genya is a public person, he spills it out into the light of day. Now young coaches are quite active, aggressive, it's very difficult to communicate with them, because they are growing up on your stories, and they lose track of what's human and what's professional and what's decent. You've driven us away. In our coaching community, conflicts already arise and people start throwing themselves at each other, they start reacting to any wrong word spoken. Even if it's not intentional, it ends up turning into shit on a fan. I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk about this conflict, there are so many of them, some of them underwater, some of them above water. They have created an ethics commission, but I guess we can send everyone to that commission. Excuse me, you journalists have created this atmosphere. My personal request, when you write, think that children, parents, coaches and organizers are behind it. I didn't want to offend, but I said honestly, Moser said.